Warlocks and grenades. Those are two things that when said together just simply belong together. Warlocks are one of the only classes in Destiny that can actually make their grenade either into something else or into something better. Hence, a lot of the Void Tree having to do with overcharged grenades, consuming grenades, and just turning grenades into handheld supernovas. Now, this season is a little bit different, and this is a build based on an exotic I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on, and that is, as you can tell by my Warlock, Nothing Manacles. Now, Nothing Manacles, for those of you that don't know, is a returning exotic from D1, and that enables scatter grenade tracking, but it also gives you an additional scatter grenade charge. Now, there are a few other exotics for Warlocks that do benefit your grenades, and that is something like Sunbracers, where they extend the duration and give you unlimited energy when you melee something. Then you have Controverse Hold that improves charging for Void Nades, that makes you a little tankier. Getaway Artist makes your arc grenades into arc souls. And Starfire gives you extra fusion grenades as well as grenade kills, charge your rift. But this is one of the few that actually give you bonus void grenades that actually give you an extra charge. Now, what does that mean for this build? Well, I honestly have been loving Vex Mythoclast this new season. I already made one Titan build, Across. I don't know if he saw my video and just didn't credit me, or if he made something similar, but he made a build pretty much a copy of mine for my Titans, but I figured I'd make one for Warlocks. Now, Vex is tearing things up. Even alone without particle deconstruction, it is a monster, but now it does, and for the Sunbracer build I made, it's approximately 120% bonus damage just for existing. But for the case of this little build foundation, this is, I will exaggerate, this is not complete. This is just building blocks. This is stuff I've been fooling around with so far. But that is the Attunement of Hunger. For those that don't know, this is around Devour, Grenade Regeneration, and Health Regen. Now, Devour basically gives you a buff that when you kill, it regenerates your health and also restores additional health. And then with Feed the Void, you can consume your grenade to regenerate your full health and grants the Devour effect. But also Insatiable. When Devour effect is active, killing enemies extends the duration of Devour and recharges your grenade. Basically, it makes it so that when Devour is active, kills will both restore your grenade as well as restoring health. Now, that is really good for tanking, not to mention that when you have double grenade charge, that makes it so that you can fling 2 grenades and kill a few things and almost have both of your grenades completely recharged. In addition, you have 2 grenades to eat that will fully restore your health if you are in a scenario where nothing can be killed. Now, that is where Nothing Manacle comes into play. Honestly, scatter grenade tracking, people are kind of sleeping on it. It is pretty freaking handy in terms of, let's say you throw a scatter grenade at a person. They all go off, they all explode. But if you just go off on their way and they explode away from the target and they live with 1 health and they result in killing you. If you had scatter grenade tracking, that one scatter grenade that would have just bounced away and exploded would have pulled a U-turn and come back at you. Scatter grenade tracking does exist, but is only an overcharge for Attunement of Chaos with the overcharge power nade. But this enables it flat out and makes it a passive, and that's where the extra scatter grenade comes into play, because if you have 2 grenades to eat, that is a little bit better safety. Not to mention there are so many ways you can proc Devour to boost your grenade in health. You kill something with your melee, which does not get consumed per hit. It only gets consumed when you kill something. Killing something with Nova Bomb will re-proc Devour, as well as just eating one of your grenades and then throwing another. Well, I should specify it's just eating the grenade. The throwing in another is to keep it up. As long as you're killing with Devour up, Devour will stay up infinitely. And thus brings it to, of course, the usual perks. We have Quick Charge for Charge with Light, Protective Light for tanking or something like that, Supercharge for extra stacks. But honestly, this is pretty much a tank health restore grenade fling build. This is just straight damage and health, because with particle deconstruction, I forget what, but basically, if you blast enough stuff with Vex Mythoclast and you look at a boss enemy, and then this special threaded needle that comes specially with Vorpal and Liquid Coils, and auto-loading is just a bonus, but specifically a threaded needle with Vorpal and Liquid Coils, and I suppose a boss spec as well, this out-damages 1k with particle deconstruction. The monster damage dealer of 1000 voices that was one-phasing Atheon, this, if you use it right, actually out-damages 1k. I know, it's astounding, but honestly, this is kind of a building block. You get Nothing Manacles for Devour, You bring Vex for the buff and just to shred every other ad. You use a Threaded Needle for pure boss damage. A Kinetic, once again, being free flying. This is honestly a shotgun I've been using a lot. It's an Adagio full auto Fractathize with Accuracy and Full Choke. Pretty dang consistent Crucible in PvE wise. There might be a few other better perks, but honestly, Adagio is a solid perk this season. It exists on bows, hand cannons. It exists all over the place with the new weapons, and this is honestly a perk that no one should be sleeping on. It is a monster for both PvE and PvP. With that is honestly just some building blocks for a quick little Vex Warlock build. Honestly, it does involve a new exotic, so you will have to grind and get up to date, but that is a starter build for those that is looking for a Vex build on Warlock that is essentially just killing and damage and flat out staying alive, because Devourer was the OG year 1 method for tanking all the enemies and staying in the fight. With that, my name is Mad Scorpion, and I will see you in the next one.